Oh my lord. The latest episode of Rising the Shield Hero. Have you ever come across someone so misguided that you could just do nothing but kind of just look at them perplexingly and like, what are you on? And that's pretty much what was going down here with the bow hero. This dude is like all about him. And which makes sense why he has the curse of pride, it looks like to be. But the fact of the matter is, he's sitting here saying, I am justice. Everything I do is correct. And anyone that does anything different is a failure and evil and must be corrected. It doesn't help that the bow that he has gotten from Myne brainwashes people to listen to and do whatever he tells them to do. So of course he's like, he thinks he's hitting them and purging them of evil when they just straight up just do whatever he says. This guy so misguided that it was so satisfying when Rishia actually took him out. You know you have to be so far in the wrong when your own weapon literally gives power to your opponent to defeat you. Now, it seems that his bow hits Rishia, and honestly, I don't know if it was temporary or whatnot, but it's almost like she became a cardinal hero because it destroyed her slave crest that is essentially on her, you know, because everyone that is within Naofumi's company has to have a slave crest so he can trust them. Well, this destroyed the slave crest and then empowers her. It looks like she was giving like a whole bunch of throwing weapons. She had daggers, she had like boomerang, she had like a circlet. It was all kinds of different weapons that she's just throwing at this guy. And it's like, okay, you know, whenever someone gets a cardinal weapon, it's different in some way. So it's like, it was translucent like this, almost like, all right, we're giving you temporary power here. This dude, when he finally gets defeated, then he's like, oh man, Myne will believe me. Princess Multi, she will definitely believe me. Let me go talk with her. Yeah, what does she do? Like she always does, leave a note. She took dude's own companions, which the companions had long like left him anyway after the tortoise stuff. It's like everyone looked down on him and they were just kind of using him for money to have extravagant stuff, extravagant meals, to have the high life. And while of course she's just sitting here lying to him like, oh yes, the money is going to free slaves. Oh yes, Naofumi has all these slaves. We're going to free them, so we need as much money as possible. And yet they spend all this money to live the high life, and then all the debts they have, they essentially give to him. And apparently they had his stamp to approve everything. So all that debt goes to him because guess what? The stamp that they had, Multi just pretty much just used it for everything. So, oh my God, this dude is so dumb. Basically at this point, this guy is like almost in a vegetative state because he's just kind of looking at things. As Naofumi said, he did use the curse series for a while, and then his own cardinal weapon rejected him, and like everything has been falling apart on him. And this guy, honestly, has probably one of the weakest egos ever, because we get the backstory on him, and he in the real world is all like, oh, you know, he's brought up like, oh, he's a fighter for justice, all stemming from when he rescued a cat from some birds. And then from then on, he's like, yes, I am a hero for justice and I will save people with my justice. And then goes to a high-end school thinking he's like the it because everyone's been telling him he's the it. And then he goes to the school and he's like the most bottom rung of all the students in the school. And he can't accept that. He can't accept that people are better than him. Which honestly, it doesn't matter who you are in this world. There is always going to be someone better than you. Always going to have something more than what you want or have. The fact is, you can't just sit there and compare. But this guy's all distraught like, oh, no one's business. It sucks growing up thinking you're somebody and coming to find out in the real world, you are nobody, just another number, another cog in the system. So of course he can't accept this. He can't accept that there are people better than him. So they must be wrong. They must be evil. Only he matters. Only his justice matters. And the fact that he went through this in the real world and then now, of course, going through this in the world that they're currently in, he can't accept it. His ego is way too strong to accept the fact that he's a nobody. Now, the shield hero, yet again, saving people, is taking on all his debts, which they already had financial issues, and trying to take care of their own territory and defenses. But he has to do this to get all the cardinal weapon users together so they can fight the Phoenix. And technically they are together. I mean, the spear hero is around, probably training somewhere, but you know, he'll come out when they need him. But they got the sword hero, they got the bow hero, shield hero's doing his business. So as far as we can tell, they are ready for battle, if you will. I don't know how much fight this guy has in him because he's just staring off in La La Land no matter what's going on. That I really feel sorry for him, but dude, come on. I honestly could not believe that out of all the heroes that he was the one that was like the strongest. Misguided. Like the sword hero, like he and the sword hero were similar because they're all being manipulated by Myne, Princess Malty, and they all got manipulated. They all got a letter. They all don't like to be wrong, and then yet the person who they thought was the lowest of them, the shield hero, pretty much is the one that saves them. So they're all eating the biggest slice of humble pie that they could ever chow down on, but they deserve it. They really deserve it because all these cardinal heroes were absolute garbage to begin with. It was always the shield hero that had to save the day, whether it was in the first season or even the second season with the spirit tortoise. Now they're starting to realize, oh, I'm hot garbage. And they are. They really are. But we'll see how things go. And I'm glad the season's actually picking up a little bit. Although that we don't have much longer for this season, we'll see how this finishes up. But I will say that actually this is definitely a lot better than the second season. May not be at the level of season 1, but honestly, not that bad. I'm looking forward to seeing how this wraps up, and I will be here with bells on. And I hope you guys enjoy the review, as well as the things that we're going to go over next week as well. Make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys are subscribed, because we'll definitely go over this and several others here on the channel. I hope you guys enjoy the review. Please take care, be safe, and Lord willing, I will see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Make sure to check out the extra content on our Patreon page, and thanks to our current patrons.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.